Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. This time we're going to be going over erg. This is friggin' complicated and confusing as hell if you don't know what you're doing at first. It took me a very long time to understand it, but it's very, very basic once you go over it and maybe have somebody explain it to you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to explain some of the tips and tricks that I've found that have worked really well for me when I was doing this. So first of all, erg take place in Avalon, which is beyond the gate. It's hard to explain where this thing is, so I'm just going to click maximize here. So we're here in Belvast. So here's like the normal like Commonwealth of Belvast, and you go beyond the Avalon gate here to go over to the city ruins, and you have this guy here, Kalik, who you're going to be talking to do all the erg interactions. It took me a while to understand how his interface works because nothing like really explains it very well. Maybe there's a quest that I skipped through that does it, but I'm going to go through and we're going to erg the Daura SEs that I have here. They're already erg level 3, but I want to get them higher than that. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I have all the materials I need. The first thing you're going to need is extra weapons of the same type as the weapon that you're erging. So in this case it's guns, so I need a bunch of dual guns, so I went ahead and bought a shit ton of them over here. And then in addition to that, you're going to need materials to feed it to increase the erg level. Now here's tip number 1, right? This is what a lot of people don't know that I think I've kind of figured out. Get some like cheap leather straps, get some ghost fluid, make yourself some ghost swords, right? Handicraft. So most people should have access to this. It's not high level to do this at all. You do need ghost fluid, so this is dependent on your ability to kill ghosts or run peak a dungeon basically. But you make 9 ghost swords at a time. And I'm just going to make a few real quick here. And then, just so you're aware, any weapons that are bought from a shop will only give 10 erg experience. No matter what you do for them, so even if you upgrade them, even if you reforge them, no matter what you do, it's only going to give 10 experience. But items dropped in shadow missions, so like swords, rusty swords, anything, well, not rusty swords, you can't take them out of the mission, but those are good for egos. But like any weapons that you pick up, like long swords, bastard swords, longbows, anything that you pick up in shadow missions, anything you get in end chests, they can be used for this as well. They'll give 150 experience, maybe a little bit more than that if they're enchanted, right? So the way the ghost swords work is these will also give you 150 experience base, right? That's not too bad, but we can do much, much better than that. So over here I have a stack of reforging tools that I've picked up from Walter at the general shop in Dunbarton. We're not going to waste them on these Zetters because, like I said, they're only going to give 10 experience no matter what we do. But we can reforge our ghost swords here. 1 line will give you 300 something experience. 2 lines will give you about 7,000 something experience per sword. And 3 lines will give you 50 some thousand experience per sword. So we've gotten pretty unlucky. We only got 1 line for each of these so far, but that should be fine for what we're doing right now, which is just getting the... Okay, that one's level 2, so we're going to save that one. Alright, so the rest of them only got 1 line. And as you can see, I've got plenty of ghost fluid here. I've kind of stocked up on it since I figured this out. So we're going to go to erg enhancement. We're going to put the weapon we want to enhance, which are these dual guns, in the top, and then it'll tell you like the max erg level and everything here. We're going to put our Zetters here, and as you can see, it's 397 experience for that, which is enough to get level us up. We don't want to put anything more in once this bar fills up completely. An easy way to tell if it's filled up completely, you can see this erg experience number here. If you place another item in, if it doesn't go up, then the item prior to that is enough to level up the item to the next level. So we're going to infuse it with this. And then we're going to go ahead and jump it up another level here. And you can see that's already giving enough, because I know this gives 397 erg experience, and 350 is what it takes to level up. And then we're just going to do one more here. And you can see here, this one's not enough, so we're going to put a second sword in and infuse that. Now it's maxed out at level 5, so you're going to get some different items here that are required. So I've gone ahead and placed in my inventory all the items I'll need for this. And then I also made myself the iron plates, and the iron ingots I have plenty of. So as you continue with your erg, every 5 levels there's going to be a cap. And so it happens at level 5, level 10, level 15, level 20, etc. And to level it up beyond that, to get to from 5 to 6 or from 10 to 11, you're going to need these specific items. There's a long list of the materials on the Wikipedia pages that can help you determine what exactly you'll need for your weapon type. It's different between each weapon. So to get guns to level 6 from level 5, I need a pair of any guns, right? We need a Slender Robe, an Ancient Monster Core, which I had some stocked up. They're kind of hard to obtain in my experience, and I usually buy mine. Divine Mineral Fragments that you can get for participating in the raids, and then Iron Plate and Iron Ingots. So success rate is 90%, so I only have the 5 iron plates. I might have to make a stop to my homestead to make some more if this doesn't pan out. But we're going to go ahead and progress. It'll consume the 3 items on the left if it fails, but if it succeeds, it'll consume all the items, which we see now. And I'm going to go ahead and show you this guy over here that we got to that 2 lines on is worth 7,837 experience. So we're going to save that and just fill up with the ghost swords again. Now I'll take us to 7. And here I'm actually going to craft some more ghost swords real quick, just to make sure we have enough for the next portion. So we'll just add more. And as you can see, this doesn't really take too long, but it does take a lot of inventory space. Don't really have any recommendations on how to get more inventory space other than to get some additional bags. My inventory is nuts, but I've been playing for so long, it's just like events and whatnot have blessed me with special bags that I care for very much. So we're just waiting on some ghost swords to pop out of the handicraft kit here, and then I'll go ahead and reforge those to make sure they're worth the most that they can be. I wouldn't be afraid of wasting them, because again, it's costing me the same to make one ghost sword as it would another, and you're bound to get the lucky rolls of like 2 or 3 lines if you're doing this many. The reforged kits cost 5k gold at the general shop, so it's not super pricey compared to all the other items you'll be buying for erg. If anybody has any additional tips that they'd like to share with the class, you can feel free to put those in the comments or wherever you feel like putting them. Alright, so let's go back into our window here. We're going to put the guns back in, and here's our pair that's only going to give us 10, and let's see how many swords it takes now. If it takes more than 4, I will be willing to... No, it's not going to take more than 4 yet. So, just want to make sure we got just the 397 swords in there, and not the 7k sword. We want to save that for later levels here. Alright, and we do it again. That's a 7k. That one I didn't reforge yet. That one's 7k. So it looks like we only have 3. Let me close out this real quick, and we're going to reforge that one. There we go, 1 line. Works for me. So we'll see if it lets us level up again with just these 4. And if not, I'll just throw in the 7k one, because it's all the same. Yeah, alright, so that's going to level up. So we're going to infuse that. And then we can just do one of the 7k swords. Get this to 9 and 10. And that is the fastest way that I've learned how to erg. As you can see here, it's going to take more materials that I don't actually have on hand. I didn't plan to get mine higher than 10 today, because I don't use guns usually. But I wanted to give you guys an example, and these were weapons that I usually keep in my inventory, so I wanted to, like, you know, do something for you guys and make sure you were able to do this effectively with the least cost in materials as you can, because erg can be very ridiculously expensive. So hopefully these tips and tricks help you guys out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.